Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to edit a podcast quickly using a free application called Audacity. Um, it's free to download, so if you go to Audacity, I think it was .org, you can download this for free, both on Mac and Windows, so it will work for both. And it's very simple. When you recorded your podcast and you have your files, usually there'll be individual files for each microphone depending on what you have. But usually they're they're higher quality than MP3, but the final mixed down version will be MP3. In this um, in this podcast, there was 4 microphones. So you have track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4. Each one is reflected or reflective to the person that was talking through each mic. So all you do is, of course, open Audacity and then drag these to the actual program. It will take a while to just put them in depending on how fast and how big the files are. But as you can see, it doesn't take that long. What I'm about to show you, it works both in Mac and Windows, so both are the same. I'll just wait for it to load. Now that we have all tracks loaded, as you can see, like the third track is actually a bit higher in volume than the rest. So usually the first thing I would do, I actually before that, usually I would recommend that people leave 5 seconds of silence in the beginning or 10 seconds of silence in the beginning. So because every room has an undertone, no matter how good it's acoustically treated. So or if, for example, if you're recording in a place where there's a PC running or a laptop or anything, a fridge, it doesn't matter. Everything has a sound, and every room has a sound. And having that 5 seconds or 10 seconds, you can basically sample that 10 seconds in the beginning of silence while no one is speaking, and you can tell the program to remove it throughout the recording, which gives you a better quality sound, because it feels like it's recorded in a proper studio, like sound studio. So I always recommend that. But this recording, that wasn't done. So this is what I will do. I'll take it. I'll do Command A or Control A in PC to select all, or I can go select and select all. Then I'll go Effect, and I will go for Normalize. So what this does is basically it will normalize all the tracks to be the same volume. So I would leave this checked. I'll put this at 0. That's the maximum, and go from there. This will take a while as well. I'll wait for this to load. But usually this kind of levels out. It gives you a good starting point, which I'll show you as soon as the program is done doing its thing. Okay, now it's done, but you can see that there is there's a big difference between each audio. This is just a simple, quick edit for you guys. Of course, like, you can go in a lot more in every edit, but I'm showing you the basics here. So what I would do is, because there is a bit of a difference between volumes in each, I would actually select each part that looks like it needs to be increased, and do this individually. So I selected that. You have to make sure that you're selecting this one, the select tool, F1, and then select your area, do the same thing, normalize, okay. You'll see it change and go higher. There you go. That's a lot better. Do the same thing here. Effect, normalize. Yeah, and you just keep on going, how you feel it's, best. Okay, then you can have a listen, and as long as you see that, as long as you see basically the green bar going only around as long as it doesn't go to red, that's fine. Anyways, now that it's kind of sorted, if you would like to add music, then it's very simple. So you grab the piece of music that you would like, you, same thing as before, take it, you drop it into the program, and there you go, it's there. But the problem now is, it's basically, this is really loud compared to your voice tracks. So you need to lower the volume of this, which you can do from here. Do you see it says gain? So I would usually go minus 20, maybe something like that, and just basically try it. No, that's too loud. Minus 24. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I would lower more, but I'll show you. If you go in the beginning and you want this to come in really low and slow, this is what I would do. This I would delete. It's just by highlighting it and pressing the delete button or backspace, and it will delete it. And then I will highlight the beginning part. If I can get, yeah, there you go. Maybe till here or something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'll make it fade in, so you're free. There you go. And this will make it come in slowly. Of course, if you need it, you can do the same thing if you want to basically normalize it to something lower. What you can do is same thing, select the area that you want, you go to normalize, and maybe minus, I'll go minus 8, for example, and you press OK. There you go. And then you can increase this to where you feel it's the best, suits, as long as the voice is higher and the music is not imposing. Anyways, if you need to add another track, because as you can see, this podcast was nearly 2 hours of talking. Usually it's not that long, but we'll show you. So you grab whatever else that you want, you add it the same way. As you can see, it put it in a new track, and it put it in the beginning. So if you want to move this, you need to go to this tool. You see, time shift tool, F5, sorry. And you can drag it, and it will kind of clip. You see that yellow line? It will tell you that that's the end of that and the beginning of this one. But usually, I would always make them overlap. So there's kind of like it fades into each other. But to do that, you need to do the same thing. Select the ending. For example, I would zoom in to do this, but this is just a demonstration. So I will do fade out, and we'll fade this out, and then same thing, select the beginning of here, fade in, and so on. You'll do the same thing for here, fade out, and add your other music down there, etc., etc. And then when you're all done with this, you can save your projects for later or whatever, and then you would export it as MP3, and it will be in one file which you can upload to anywhere. I hope this is helpful. If there's any questions or anything, don't hesitate to ask. But I think it's just about playing with the program and seeing what works for you. Other people, there's so much to learn as well, that you can select everything, and you can put compressors, noise gates, all these little things that can enhance your podcast. But it depends how far you are willing to go. Anyways, that's it for me for today. As I said, anything, don't hesitate to leave a comment or just hit us up.